it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do something springy today and I created this little accent pillow. I wanted to share with you how to use just a rubber stamp right on your fabric. It's fun to be able to use your products in more than one way, and so I thought I would share that with you. I also have some fabric applique in here that I did with free motion, and it's just a piece of a floral print. So any floral print that you may have in your stash would work for this. I did some coloring with my Inktense pencils, and I'll share that with you. And just a lot of free motion, and I did free write the words, "Grow Free Wildflower." I hope you enjoy this, so let's get started. I drew my design in my journal here, my little notebook, and I actually did that stamping right on that paper, so I had that exact size of the mason jar. I used the heat and bond light on the back side of this fabric to turn them into appliques. Just laying them on here and trying to decide how I'm going to want them. I have a piece of muslin cut, two pieces of muslin and a warm and natural batting. My muslin is cut to 11 by 13 inches approximately, and this is a primitive muslin by Moda. Has a little variation to it. And I'm stamping, and I like to leave this pressed onto my fabric for a few seconds to really transfer that ink. I'm using an archival ink here by Ranger, which is waterproof, and I'm using a shadow gray color. I can see through this I can see my design through this muslin, so I'm just laying it on top, and I'm using my Frixion pens now to draw that or trace it. I'm just tracing it here because I can see those lines through my notebook. I have those little applique flowers in place where I want them. Now this pen will completely disappear when you iron it, but always test it. I've never had a problem with the lighter weight fabrics, but you don't want to use it on dark fabrics because it does tend to lift the color and leave white streaks. But for muslin and lighter colored fabrics, it works wonderful. And you'll see me later when I remove that just by ironing that Frixion pen. I'm over to my sewing machine now, and I have the top layer and also a layer of batting underneath. I have my feed dogs dropped and my free motion foot on, and I'm just tracing this applique here. And this is real time. I'm going to be speeding it up in a little bit, but you can see me in real time here. And I like to draw the petals with my thread and just go all over. Now, I got off a little there, but I'm not concerned about it. It just all fills in just fine at the end. And now here I'm going in sped up version. I think this is 4 times. So you can still see me work, and I'm using brown thread both on the top and the bottom. And now I went down into and doing the stems right in the mason jar. I changed my thread to black, and I'm going to be doing the writing. And this is real time again. Now when I start, I go a back and forth motion, and then it ties a knot or will tie, and then I do the clipping, which you saw right there. Now this is my own handwriting, and your muscle memory is quite strong, and it's pretty easy really to do free motion if it's your handwriting. If you don't want to use your handwriting, you can certainly write the words off or print them off on your computer and trace that. now over to my iron and getting rid of all those marks. And just as easy as that, that pen mark is gone. Now here comes the fun part. I love adding color with my Inktense pencils. I put a little bit of I have a plastic sheet there. It's hard to see it, but I have my fabric medium on that, and then I'm also using a paintbrush that's a scrubber brush, and I'm going to be adding the Inktense, or the fabric medium with a scrubber brush. Adding that yellow pencil right now. And I put a little bit of gray Inktense right on that mason jar lid, and then doing the water in a little shade of blue. I chose 3 different colors of green for the leaves. Now this is completely dry fabric right now. The color is really going to pop once I activate it with this fabric medium. The scrubber brushes have a real short and stiff bristle, and I like using them on fabric. You can really work the paint into the fiber. It doesn't take much of the ink of the medium. And now the fabric is wet, and I'm going back in with my pencil, and then it's really intense. The Inktense pencils are permanent once they're activated and once they dry. Just cleaning up my edges here. I'm going to link a video on, I did a lot of testing of this fabric medium on different paints and things, and you can take a look at that video. I'll link it up above and down below for you. I am heat setting this now, and it takes 3 to 5 minutes. That's with the little jar of the fabric medium. So you leave your iron on there for quite a while. I have my right sides together now, and I just made a mark so I don't forget to leave an opening, about a 4-inch opening at the bottom. And pinned all the way around, I'm going to take a 1/2 inch seam allowance, stopping and starting and getting my corners, getting my fingers in there, turning it, and my pokey tool to get those corners poked out. And then doing the final press here and turning this under to press that as well. This is the opening. I'm going to be linking another video on how I close my accent pillows. I just use my sewing machine to do it, and it's a really quick method. We'll be stuffing this full. I don't show the whole thing, but I do stuff it quite firm, pulling my fiber fill out to make it more fluffy. And here's some final pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a fun thing for spring. Let's think spring, everyone. Bye for now.